You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.
My good name this morning and every other morning is Man Like Kipto, and I am with my crew live and direct. Wanasemangaje, tumeteka kambi ama tumepiga kambi right here in Diani. And remember, beautiful conversations, beautiful people. That's the kind of energy we try to bring you each and every day. And today, in the building, all the way from Ghana, Accra, Ghana, I have my brother in the building, Desmond. Good morning.
Good morning, Asante Sana, for having us, and good morning to your cherished listeners.
Thank you very much. Now, I want to start off. I was watching some videos from your country, and your political analysts are so surprised of what the young people in Kenya are doing. I just wanted to get your views on the same. As a Ghanaian, seeing the Kenyan youth, doing whatever they're doing, what do you think about this?
Well, Ghana, we claim, or we pride ourselves to be the Black Stars of Africa, the gateway to decolonization. we Kenya youth, your ego is to be praised. I don't know entirely what the situation is, but for the youth to rise, then there's a situation. And I can tell you this situation is going on everywhere in Africa, where the youth is getting tired of their leaders or are feeling that the leaders are not taking the right decisions. And you would agree with me, we've been complaining about Africa in how many years?
For the longest time.
Yes, and this is the opportunity, because we are the ones we've been waiting for, and the next days will be what will be.
Very true, man. Thank you very much. And of course, I want us to start off from the beginning. And where is the beginning? The beginning is the origin of Plastic Punch. How did this idea come to conception? When did you realize, that I want to do this? I want to change my community. I want to change my environment. And this is the approach that I want to take.
So thank you very much. The journey started from the Regional Maritime University when I was training to be a sailor. So I'm a merchant navy officer by profession.
By profession?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, by profession. Called the port of Mombasa one time when I was sailing. So yes, as part of our requirements to complete at the time, I wrote a thesis on the viability of marine plastic pollutants as a raw material. I felt that plastic pollution was not a problem like now, but I felt that if this is going to be a problem, it's a product which is coming from petroleum. Why don't we take it back to petroleum? And in the process, assessing existing facilities, doing all this work, we realized that no, it's not an economically viable solution. It's not an environmentally sound solution. It is not the solution to this menace. And I left it there at the time, went around the world for 4 years till we came back to Ghana with a group of friends. It's 7 of us, and Ghana is home to endangered species of turtles, very rich in fauna and flora. So we got there trying to see some turtles, and out of the 6 turtles we saw that night, 5 of them were dead. 5 dead turtles. And for me, it was my first time seeing marine turtles. It was heartbreaking. We could not scientifically diagnose what the cause of death was, but looking at the beach with all the plastics, we felt there was a link with some of these turtles physically entangled with the plastics. We decided to act. And that is how Plastic Punch was birthed, bringing the community in contact with the problem. We started by way of beach cleanups, only beach cleanups. We are very aware beach cleanups are not a solution to the plastic pollution menace. There's going to be more trash coming after the high tide. But one is to get these turtle spaces clear for the sea turtles, because they nest at the same spot after 20 years. If it's female, it's going to come to that same beach. It's going to have it as home for the rest of its life, and generations after to lay eggs. So we said, okay, let's keep this place clean. 2, let's bring the community in contact with the problem, because some of these beaches we clean are not touristic beaches. We call them wild beaches. Okay. These are places nobody stays, nobody's throwing trash, but there's trash. So the ocean currents are bringing in the trash, also to raise awareness more of ocean literacy and how the ocean works. And thirdly, most importantly, is to do what we are big on, citizen science.
You talked about community, and I find that so interesting. When you go to a community and you find out that people don't know what is marine pollution or plastic pollution, how do you bridge the gap and bring them closer to understand the message that guys, yes, you might not be polluting it, but it's happening. It's happening on your watch. How do you bridge this knowledge gap?
I want to say we tap more into the indigenous knowledge of the people. You would agree with me that in Africa, we have been very respectful of nature till this industrialization age. So we really go through the traditional authorities, get to understand what their history is, what their story is. If it's linked to nature, then that is the point to pick it from. Otherwise, it's all based on social observation, social science, to be able to understand what the best strategy is to send a message to the people. You could also understand, you could also agree with me that understanding something is different from knowing. And that is where at Plastic Punch we use the different tools, music, theater, drama, to send a message to the community so that they can be part of this change, and then we inspire that needed behavioral change.
All right, interesting. And the highlight of the day, you are in Kenya.
Yes.
I want to ask, how are you finding my home country? You know, what has been that thing that has done that for you, or that has been that for you?
Kenya is beautiful. It's very green. I mean, so we're driving from Nairobi all the way here. And besides the protests, which, I mean, politics and blue economy goes together. I mean, it's the economy we're still speaking about, so we can understand if people do not understand. But really, that also sparks some hope in the future of Africa. You'd be like, yes, people really care. Because, I mean, the last years, people don't care. But talking about the paysage, the landscape, Kenya is a very beautiful country. People are very hospitable. The Kenya people keep speaking Swahili to me, so I think I have to start getting some Swahili on me. And I love Kenya. It's a beautiful country, and it's a pinnacle in African unity.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. You know, it's interesting today to meet a brother from West Africa. We only see it actually happening in movies or in music. So, you know, when we get to do it in our own little world, it's so much better, yeah? I want to get into today's event, you know, Blue Invest Africa. You know, it's getting all the attention across the continent. Everyone who is everyone in this space is here today. Yeah. Yourself, you're present here, representing not only yourself, you know, your country, your countrymen, your organization. Why is it so important?
Well, you know, the ocean is one of the biggest natural resources that we have. Africa gets a lot, especially coastal communities have all of their livelihoods on these, but we face a lot of threats. Illegal unreported fishing, marine pollution, I mean, just to mention a few. This is important because whilst there are these problems, there are bright minds in Africa also finding solutions to these problems. But there has to be the bridge. We have to bridge. Some are financial bridges, some are capacity building bridges, and this event is very important because that is where we create that bridge. The idea is to create the bridge, get entrepreneurs in contact with investors so that there can be investment in these solutions to propel the growth of Africa in the maritime sectors or in the blue economy. There are so many different initiatives around here. I've been speaking to a lot of the pitchers and other companies from all over Africa, and I can tell you, bro, we are great people. People have great ideas. People are doing amazing things at different levels. Some at the beginning, in the medium stage, some already out there. And we only need that very much needed push. And this is what this summit is putting together, bringing these entities in contact with the financial resources, capacity, and technical resources to be able to propel that needed change and growth that we need.
All right. Thank you. That's quite insightful. As we conclude, you know, you've taken your time, and I always tell my colleagues that time is the most precious thing. Even experts, you know, keep talking about how you can get money, you can get resources, but you can never get time. You know, you've taken your time to be here today, and I would like to understand, you know, what are you expecting from your time here, because you've been here for some time and you have a purpose for being here. What are you expecting after everything is done?
Thank you. You know, we are at a time where we have the African Free Trade Continental Agreement. So seeing all these startups, etc., displaying all these great initiatives, I believe this is a very great opportunity to see how we can connect as entrepreneurs. East Africa, West Africa, North Africa, South Africa. How can we share best practice? How can we work together? And I mean, if you work together, you go far. So this is a great opportunity for us to come together and leverage on the AFTCA, the African Free Trade and Continental Agreement, to be able to propel our solutions to the whole of Africa. You would agree with me that if you have a business and you have the African market, let's say you have only the Nigerian market, bro, you're a billionaire.
Definitely.
So this is what we need to leverage on right now. No matter how small our business is, it's good to start making all these connects and connections, knowing people in other countries, even if it's not in the aspect of your business.
Yeah.
So this is why it is great to be here. And also, it is very interesting to see what the new developments are. I've been very fascinated so far hearing the different projects going on. I mean, I thought our project was really nice and everything. Of course, our project is nice, but there's a lot of great solutions around, which is tackling problems which are in different aspects or in different parts of the continent. So we need to share best practice, find a way to bring all this together, get access to each other, network, and see, just talk to each other and see how we can continue working together for the Africa we want and the oceans we need.
Definitely, man. Got to love it. Ladies and gentlemen, live and direct from the port city of not the port city rather, but the beautiful city, the sandy beaches of Diani. This is Mala Kipto on the Breakfast Vibe Show, having the DJ on the decks with me, and of course Richmond from Plastic Punch, all the way from Ghana. He calls himself, or they call themselves, the Black Stars.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
we are the
champions.
Black Stars.
Love it. I'm good to love it. Richmond, as we conclude, I'd like to give you 1 minute for your parting shot. What message you do have for anyone listening in, and more importantly, for young men and women, who are looking for purpose, who haven't discovered the vast blue as an area of opportunity, and you've been in the field, you've analyzed it, you've lived it. You are experiencing it. Could you speak to them in 1 minute?
So whether it's fisheries, aquaculture, marine biotechnology, renewable energy, coastal tourism, etc., there are so many aspects to the blue economy. We need African minds to solve African problems. No matter how small the thinking is, talk to people, find mentors, find coaches, just talk. One person, you cannot know everything. Find a good team, work together, you go far. I mean, there are so many opportunities in the space. Let's go there, humbly identify a problem, ask yourself, is this my passion? Can I be part of this change? And just to give you an example around plastic pollution reduction, let's say we want to reduce plastic pollution in Kenya right now. There's so much single-use plastics. You don't have that problem. I'm just citing that example. There's so much single-use plastics. The only solution is, if the government does not create a regulation to ban these single-use plastics, what do? Individuals should carry single-use plastic, reusable bags. That way, by carrying one reusable bag, you are reducing as much as 10,000 single-use plastics. That is how you are being part of the change. Translating that example into business, every aspect of the blue sector or every aspect of business, I think Africa, we should be bold. We should be bold. Never put in your mind that, I don't have money to start. No. Our favorite rapper in Ghana, Manifest, says, money don't bring good ideas bring money. So on that note, I mean, I want to say thank you very much. I love your mission at Blue Radio, creating awareness about economic opportunities and environmental protection of the oceans, which is very important in this ocean decade. So I want to big up yourself and the team for the great work you're doing, and to the amazing people of Kenya for the hospitality that has been given us so far.
All right. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have you. And for everyone listening in, we are taking a short musical break. You'll be in the hands of Harin the DJ, na hivyo ndio tumeenda tunadonjo tukidunda na inakuwa nzuri tena sana.
You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.
What else? What else? Your body